Ozempic, we know.
This is how I started. I was 280 something pounds.
I told them I need assistance with losing weight.
I've gone from this to this literally in 52 weeks.
So turns out I'm having an Ozempic baby.
Any significant weight loss can come with loose skin.
Only on Ozempic for about 4 months when I ended up in the ICU, an intensive care unit, for 10 days.
Ozempic ain't it.
I've been shitting and throwing up for 48 hours. I've never looked skinnier in my life. We're going out.
What's up, beautiful people? It's your favorite island girl Jody from the 876. Welcome back to my channel. You don't know, we're talking about the miracle drug. It has been all over my feed, so therefore it should be on yours as well. We're talking about Ozempic. For those who don't know, Ozempic is an actual medication primarily used to manage type 2 diabetes. It helps to control your blood sugar levels, and one of its side effects is weight loss. And as you can imagine, the side effect has caught the attention of many, including A-listers who are looking to shed a few pounds. Just a quick reminder, I am not a medical profession and the information shared here is based on general knowledge. So before you go and make health related decisions based on this video, it's always best to consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider to ensure that you are making the right choice for you. Remember to like the video, guys. It's an easy and free way to support my channel, and of course, if you're new here, please subscribe to become a part of the Islanders family. And also, I love to get your feedbacks and thoughts down in the comment section. Without further ado, let's get into today's video.
So I've lost 160 pounds and I don't have any loose skin from being on a GLP-1 medication. Did I catch your attention? Of course I have loose skin. I lost 160 pounds, but it's not from the medication. Any significant weight loss can come with loose skin. So she's here. Do I love her? No. But you know, I'll take the loose skin any day over how good I feel physically and mentally now.
I just took my first dose of Ozempic. Let's track my symptoms. It is April 5th, 8 p.m. and obviously I feel nothing. I would rate the pain a 0 out of 10. It really didn't feel that bad. I think it probably is because I was like sticking into like a fat piece of my body and like I can't feel anything there. You know what I mean? Okay, so I will see you the next time I have a symptom. It's Sunday, April 9th. So far, so good on the side effects. I haven't really been experiencing anything. I do think that I'm kind of like going through a little bit of a placebo effect because I'm already starting to feel like I get fuller faster and I'm like not as hungry as often, but I also am 99% sure I'm just convincing myself of that because it feels way too soon. So nothing to report yet, which is good. No news is good news in this case. I'll be back. Okay guys, today's Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday. I've been slightly nauseous, like only ever so slightly. Like I did that clip of me on the train yesterday because I was feeling nauseous and like I just had to like put my phone down and close my eyes for 5 minutes and then I was fine. And today I took a car to work and I was trying to like do work on my laptop and I was just like car sick, cannot do that. So it's like not all day, every day, but like certain things have been making me nauseous lately more than usual. Okay, today's Wednesday again. I'm going home to take my second dose, but I just realized that I really haven't eaten much today. I had a sausage McGriddle. Ick. That stuff is so good. I had a sausage McGriddle for breakfast today and a hash brown, and then I haven't had anything since then, and it's 6:43, and that was at 10:30. I'm like hungry, but I'm not like keeling over, so that's interesting. And I don't want to do that again. I will definitely be more mindful because I just don't think that's healthy, but it doesn't feel like I haven't eaten in 8 hours. It just feels like it's been like 3. Also, trigger warning, poop. I'm not constipated by any means because if I was constipated, I would literally be on here like screaming, crying, throwing up. But I definitely am not on my same, like my poop is different. And it's like a little less regular and a little less easy. I don't know. But I'm not like fully constipated. I'm just like pooping less than I normally like to poo. Okay.
I honestly regret telling anyone that I ever took Ozempic. And I'm just going to be extremely honest with you right now. I have never been ashamed of taking Ozempic, and anyone taking Ozempic should never ever be ashamed of their medical decisions. That's between you and your doctor. While it has been amazing trying to break down the stigma around taking medications for weight loss and things like polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's also been extremely invalidating, and I'll tell you why. All of my hard work with weight loss, I've lost 100 pounds in the last 3.5 years. All of that is discounted because I took a medication for 10 months. Many people don't know my full story. Many people don't know how hard I've worked. All they hear is Ozempic, and they discount anything that I say after that. And honestly, I don't blame people or celebrities for not disclosing that they're taking Ozempic. Do I think that you should be honest? Absolutely, but you also don't owe anyone anything. You're attacked for taking Ozempic and disclosing it, and you're also attacked for taking Ozempic and not disclosing it. I've been overweight or fat since I was a child, and nothing I could do would ever help me lose weight like normal people. And it wasn't until I was diagnosed with insulin-resistant polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is PCOS, in 2015 that I understood why I could not lose weight properly. Many women with insulin-resistant PCOS are treated with drugs used to treat diabetes. Because our bodies can't process insulin properly, we are often developing type 2 diabetes by the time we turn 40. Drugs like Ozempic can be extremely preventative and help you lose the weight before you develop diabetes. And with PCOS, you actually have to eat 400 to 500 less calories per day than the average woman. That makes your calorie consumption much smaller, making it extremely hard to lose weight even with a professional helping you. And also many women with PCOS have binge eating disorder, which is also common in ADHD, which I advocate for. Many women cannot lose weight without something like Ozempic or semaglutide, because their bodies just store fat through no fault of their own. I didn't even know Ozempic was a thing until maybe a year ago, and when I started my weight loss journey, it was in 2020 in June, and this is how I started. I was 280 something pounds. I lost 70 pounds on my own, and I got down to 209 pounds, and at that point my doctor said, hey, have you heard of Ozempic? It might really help you because you have PCOS. Keep in mind, I lost 70 pounds of my own through a calorie deficit. And this is to not discount anyone who has only taken Ozempic or has only lost weight taking a medication. But I did 70 pounds of my own, so I know what I'm talking about. Now in those 10 months, I lost an additional 30 pounds, taking me to 100 pounds lost. I was around 180 pounds here. But I was in a calorie deficit. People don't understand that unless you are in a calorie deficit, taking Ozempic or taking semaglutide will not help you. And this is where I say that it discounts any hard work that you do, because I have been in a calorie deficit for 3.5 years. Since June 15th, 2020, I have been in an active calorie deficit, working hard every single day to lose over 100 pounds. And because I took a medication for 10 months, all of that is discounted. All Ozempic is a tool. Did it make my binge eating less? Yes. Did it make it easier for my body to not produce so much insulin? Yes. But I still controlled what I put in my body, what I ate, and my own diet. Many people take Ozempic and don't lose a pound because they're not in a calorie deficit. And they say, well, this doesn't work for me, because it's not a miracle drug. Ozempic will slow your stomach emptying so you feel full for longer, but you can still eat and drink whatever you want. In some extreme cases, people have a lot of nausea, and that's why they're not eating, but is that maintainable? No. So oftentimes when they come off of Ozempic, they just gain it back because they're not learning proper nutrition and calorie deficits. They don't understand how to fuel their body. So when I say I have done the work, I have done the work. But all of that is always discounted because people say, didn't you take Ozempic? You don't know what you're talking about. And maybe you've gone through this too. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight. Maybe you're considering going on Ozempic, which I highly recommend. Ozempic changed my life. It took away the food noise. It was immensely helpful for my binge eating disorder and my ADHD, and of course PCOS. But I will be forever haunted by people saying, I thought you were on Ozempic, whenever I say anything about my weight loss journey, about my body, because all of that hard work will always be tainted with someone saying, didn't you just take Ozempic? Bestie, I wish it was that easy. I wish I just took Ozempic. And if they come out with a magic pill that makes everyone magically lose weight, please give it to me, because that would be so much easier than the last 3.5 years. And this is no hate to the commenter, no hate at all. I'm just so extremely exhausted of my comment sections whenever people say, how did you lose weight? I was in a calorie deficit. I would have lost the weight whether I was on Ozempic or not. Ozempic is a tool. Have I disclosed it? Is it pinned on my page? Yes. But at the end of the day, Ozempic didn't make me lose 100 pounds. I made me lose 100 pounds. My hard work made me lose 100 pounds. My determination helped me lose 100 pounds. And there's absolutely no shame in taking a medication if you need it for weight loss. It's my body, it's my choice. It's your body, it's your choice. We should never ever shame anyone for their medical decisions. But yeah, I definitely regret telling anyone that because it's just haunting me forever. Please be kind.
Ozempic was originally designed to help people to manage a type 2 diabetes by basically regulating their blood sugar. But a side effect has caught the attention of many, which is significant weight loss. This unexpected benefit has made the drug go viral, with thousands of people sharing their results online. Let's take a look.
I tried Ozempic for 1 year and these are the results I got. If you're new here, my name is Chanel. I started taking a GLP-1 medication 55 weeks ago. 1 year ago, this is what I look like. I was 246.6 pounds, very much obese, very much inflamed, very much water weight, all of the things, girl, you see it was there. Here's what we look like now, 55 weeks later. In the past year, I have lost 78 pounds, which is just nuts to me. Here are 5 things that I learned in the past year while taking Ozempic. 1, you need to switch your injection sites every single week. There are 3 reasons why you want to do this. 1, you don't want to develop scar tissue injecting in the same place back to back, okay? 2, different injection sites are going to give you different side effects. You may inject on the right side of your stomach, experience nausea. You may inject on the left thigh and notice you don't have any nausea anymore. And 3, different injection sites are also going to give you different results. So let's say you've only been injecting in the back of your right arm for 12 weeks and you notice, I don't have any suppression, I still have food noise, I still have cravings, I'm still the same weight. You may notice that switching your injection site to maybe the right thigh or the back of the left arm will work out better for you and you'll start seeing those results. 2, you need to increase your protein while you're on this medication. Focus on a high protein diet, okay? Muscle loss is a real thing. You want to increase your protein to help with that. 3, increase your water. Water is so important on this medication. Dehydration and constipation are 2 very real things, and drinking your water can really help with that. 4, increase your electrolytes. 5, please don't worry about what anybody says about you. Literally, my content has been going viral for taking Ozempic, and it is comment after comment after comment of this and that and all of this. Girl, who cares? Because you see me? You see it, why would I care? Make sure you hit the follow button so you can come back and I can give you more tips and tricks that'll help you on your GLP-1 medication journey.
All right, let's talk about Ozempic. I am on Ozempic if you do not know, and let me answer some common questions that I get in my comment sections in the playlist for Ozempic. So how I got this drug, I went through my PCP, which is my primary care doctor. People ask me what were the conversations I had with my primary care doctor. I told them I need assistance with losing weight. So and I told them that I want to try Ozempic. They'd run some blood work. Turn out I was pre-diabetic at the time. They submit that to my insurance, which is GHI, which is I'm in New York. That's my insurance, and they approved the drug based on my blood work. You will never see me come on here and recommend anything else but to go speak to your doctor, get blood work done. Let's see if you are a great candidate to be on the drug, because I didn't go anywhere else to get the drug. I went to a medical doctor. Also, I cannot answer medical questions. The most I can do is give my experience being on the drug. And a common question is what insurance I have, how I got on it, what am I doing. I drink a lot of water. Yes, I have side effects, which is the sulfur burps, the farting, and something new is me going through like extreme hunger for a short period of time. But I drink a lot of water and that helps. So yeah, I'm never gonna recommend anything else but to go speak to your medical doctor. Again, I am not a medical doctor. I've worked in healthcare, but certain questions I just cannot answer. So again, I recommend you guys going to speak with your medical doctor. Some people who have PCOS, they go through their endocrinologist. My friend got approved through her endocrinologist because she had PCOS. Could speak to your OBGYN and see, because you could also get Ozempic to prevent obesity. There are research done, because if they can prevent you from being obese and they submit it to the insurance, you can get it. in certain cases. So that's my experience on Ozempic. If you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments.
Hi guys, so today is day 1 after taking my first dose of Ozempic. I took my first dose yesterday at 5 p.m. I didn't feel bad, I didn't feel anything. It was just a little bit sore on my thigh where I injected it, but it was okay. I spent the night fine, I woke up fine, I ate breakfast, and then I was still feeling fine, but around noon or 1 p.m. I started to feel a little bit nauseous. Not too bad, just not very comfortable, but it was okay. And then I had lunch, and what I found was really funny was that I ate such a small portion of food because I really didn't want to push anything, and I felt like I ate like an elephant. I felt like I ate so much, and I felt really full for such a long time, which was funny too, because usually around 3 p.m. or 4 I start feeling really hungry every day, and that didn't happen today. But around 4:30 I started to feel like the nausea was getting a little bit worse. So what I did was I finished work and I went out for a walk, and the fresh air really helped. And then I went to the drugstore and I got this, guys, here, this kind of gummy bears made of ginger. And I also got ginger, I don't know, pills. I didn't take the pills yet, but I ate the ginger, which is not really good, but it actually did help. And I ate some crackers too, which I remember was something I used to do when I was pregnant and really helped with when I was feeling like that. And it really helped a little bit. I'm still feeling a little bit nauseated, but it's manageable. I'm not suffering or anything, so I don't know if it's gonna get worse and how is it gonna be for the next few days, but I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, so far kind of okay. Not the best feeling in the world, but not the worst, and it's not something that's gonna discourage me to continue with the treatment at this point. So let's see what happened. I'll see you guys in a few days.
I feel like I'm unwinding a story that isn't being told. So I asked everyone I knew, are you using Ozempic for anything other than appetite suppression or weight loss or diabetes? And they all said no. So I started myself at a tiny little dose, and my first impact within days was brain clarity. Anxiety immediately dropped, which I didn't even realize I had. A calmness took over me, which was so amazing. And within 2 weeks, my pain was down significantly. What I noticed was everything was starting to move and pop again. I was getting mobility back. And by week 2, I wanted to move again. So this version of me that just wanted to like go do my workout, go do my work, and then lay down on my back, I wasn't doing that anymore. And I found myself dancing and hula hooping around the house again. And I found myself just being much more active. I also noticed a little bit of weight loss. So I quickly started putting people on it. Nobody was on it for weight loss. Everyone had a little bit of weight, fell right off, and very similar responses. It shifts your gut microbiome to a more favorable microbiome if you do it right. Everybody just had these profound impacts. My daughter's skin, cystic acne. I remember seeing her after 3 weeks on it. And I was like, your skin is porcelain. What happened? My husband didn't want to drink anymore. The guy is a known alcoholic. His blood pressure regulated out. All of these little things. These peptides are healing. They are anti-inflammatory and they are regenerative.
Just wow. As you can see, people are experiencing major weight loss, and it's not just a TikTok trend. But before you go running to your doctor, let's take a closer look on what Ozempic really is and how it works. Ozempic is an injectable medication that mimics a hormone called GLP-1, which helps to control the blood sugar by increasing insulin production and slowing down the digestion. So this creates a feeling of fullness, leading to a reduced appetite and in many cases, weight loss.
Week 9. Windows remaining. That did not feel so great. I'm on the road. I'm on my way back home. Had to go out of town for a meeting. So I'm on week 9 now, and I want to tell you all quickly about week 8. Down 12 pounds total. My daily glucose is getting better. I'm very excited. This is very encouraging. But man, did today's dose hurt. But something exciting I want to tell you all about also is when I went to this work meeting, we all went out to lunch afterwards, and the person I sat next to showed me a before photo, and of course now they're in the after. They lost like well over 70 pounds, and they have been taking Ozempic and Rybelsus. He told me that he started with Ozempic and that's what he lost all the weight with, but
he was having a lot of nausea, could barely eat anything. Now he's taking Rybelsus and isn't having the same issues, but still has to limit his intake of food. It was incredible to see his progress. I was floored. But also, it was really cool being able to talk to someone in person that's going through the same thing. Because everybody has a different experience with it, but it was just cool being able to talk to someone about it, right? But not only that, but he's also type 2 diabetic and has been going through similar things. So it was really cool just being able to like share stories and just seeing his progress. Like, that's so cool. And he also said something he noticed different was now when he's at rest, he feels good, but he says that he felt better when he was active at his heavier weight. So again, everybody has a different experience. So I'm excited. I know that I still have to work through tweaking some things like with the Ozempic currently, right? Because I'm still on 0.5 milligrams. And I did have a night where it just hit me really bad with nausea, but it's okay. I'm very excited. And yeah, so let's see what happens. Week 9, here we go. I hope y'all take care, and it's great talking to you all. See y'all soon.
Ozempic, we know you didn't do that alone.
If you're thinking about taking Ozempic for short-term weight loss, as a surgeon who's been involved with weight loss surgeries, let me tell you the truth. Research shows that most people who stop Ozempic will regain most of their original weight. This study of almost 2,000 adults showed that patients who stopped Ozempic regained 2/3 of the lost weight within a year. The question then becomes, do you actually need to chase weight loss at all costs or at the cost of taking medications for life? And the answer to that might be yes if the alternative is life-threatening chronic metabolic diseases. For the select group of patients who would actually benefit from Ozempic, it's got a far lower risk profile than major weight loss surgery, which literally involves rearranging your gut. And it can still offer similar weight loss benefits and be far less invasive. So in specific cases, Ozempic can be a game changer for the treatment of obesity. But for someone who is slightly overweight or a normal weight and taking Ozempic to shed a few kilos or get that summer six-pack, the risk-benefit ratio of Ozempic does not land favorably. In the pursuit of a six-pack, are you willing to risk a side effect like pancreatitis, an inflammation of the pancreas which can be lethal? Ultimately, as the data shows, Ozempic alone is not sufficient for sustainable long-term weight loss. It has to be combined with lifestyle changes, including dietary habits and exercise.
I don't know what's been going on with me, but I have truly been enjoying being the Ozempic villain on this app. One thing I've learned with doing content, people love to argue. Anything that people can disagree with, anything that's going to trigger people, oh, they go nuts for it. As much as they're sitting there arguing you down, they love it. They're eating it up. Honestly, it doesn't matter what I say, what explanation I give, what background I have. No matter what, people are going to be mad about the fact that I took the easy way out. And honestly, babe, yeah, I don't care. If you think it's the easy way out, why the fuck would I not take the easy way out? Like, honestly, rent is expensive, mortgages are expensive, groceries are expensive, we gotta go to work every day. Like, damn, can I get a break? Can I get a break at some point somewhere? Why do you guys want to struggle for everything? I don't understand. So I'm gonna keep making my Ozempic posts. I'm gonna keep telling people my journey because people don't know the beauty of this medication and the way it can change your life. And if that makes you mad, babe, I think that's more a reflection on you than it is on me. So if you've been wanting to start Ozempic, but you haven't because you're afraid of what you see people saying online and what you're afraid of what people say in the media and all of that, girl, who cares? Who cares? They gonna talk about you if you big. They gonna talk about you if you lose weight and you ain't do it the hard way. They gonna be mad if you ain't go to the gym. They gonna be mad if you ain't meal prep. They gonna be mad if you ain't get a trainer. None of these people pay your bills. What they say doesn't matter. I feel like we gotta get in a better point of view with that. Like, literally, online is such a fake place. Like, this is your life. You literally need to do what's best for you. And what's best for me right now is being the Ozempic villain that everybody wants me to be. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna keep taking Ozempic. I'm gonna keep posting about it. And I hope for those that it really triggers, I hope it continues to make you upset.
Is Ozempic a quick fix? Sure, it can be, but the chance of you having long-term success is slim to none. You want to drop 10 pounds quickly? I guess you could take Ozempic. And quite frankly, I don't care if you're taking it to drop 10 pounds or 500 pounds. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Mounjaro address the biological side of things. Of course, there are psychological and social factors that play a role in our relationship with food and our eating habits. If we don't look at and address that stuff, Ozempic will just be a temporary quick fix. But for me, being on a GLP-1 medication was the furthest thing from a quick fix. I used it as an opportunity to heal my relationship with food, my relationship with my body, my relationship with exercise. So no, Ozempic being a quick fix, probably not the best thing. But Ozempic isn't necessarily always going to be, or has to be, a quick fix.
Well, now just people will just be like, Ozempic. What is your energy on that?
Oh boy, I'll start with this. Up until now, my strong opinion is we are in the beginning of the most effective medical intervention for obesity that we've ever seen in our lives. This is going to completely revolutionize and change pharmaceutical industry. That's how powerful these peptides are. That being said, okay, it's not a panacea. So here's what they do, and I'm not going to get into the science, but let's talk about why people lose weight on them. You eat less. It crushes your appetite. For somebody who's really struggling with severe obesity, I could see this as being profoundly beneficial in combination with good coaching on changing behavior so that this is something that sticks. Because once you go off, then your body your appetite will probably go back to where it was before. So if you work with somebody with a GLP-1 through modifying behaviors, that's where we could probably use it. Massive potential for abuse. That's the fear.
Now we're moving on to the Ozempic phase. So the Ozempic phase refers to a side effect that people experience after significant weight loss from taking Ozempic. As individuals lose a large amount of weight quickly, they may notice a gaunt or hollow appearance in their face, and this is due to like the reduction in the fat in the facial area, which leads to like a saggy skin and a loss of volume, making the face look older or more tired. It is important to note though, while this can be a cosmetic concern for some, it's a natural result from the weight loss. Some individuals address this by opting for cosmetics procedures like fillers to restore the volume in their face, but this should be discussed with a professional.
People ask me about this new phenomenon called Ozempic face. What that refers to is gaunt appearance, usually a loss of volume in the upper to mid cheek and in the temple area. These are areas that are perfectly addressed by filler. We have a range of fillers that we can use. Fillers that do very well in those two areas are Radius and Sculptura, which have a very long duration and can fill these volume deficits really naturally.
What are the downsides of someone my age being on Ozempic long term if they want to have work done in the future?
You don't want to be on that stuff long term because you're going to lose muscle mass, and for health and for cosmetics, you want your muscle mass. You don't want to lose your muscle mass. It doesn't look good and it makes you less healthy. Most of these people who are on Ozempic are in the business of looking their best, and so many of these people come in for facelifts. And now that this has been around for several years, we've done many facelifts on people who've lost weight with Ozempic. When we say you lose muscle mass from it, well, guess what? There's muscles in the face too. The success of a facelift comes from the muscle layer integrity. We use that to support everything. And what I'm finding is that layer, that muscle layer, is actually gotten thinner and less sturdy on people, which makes the ability to support a facelift, to keep it, the underlying structure supported, it makes it less effective. So it can affect the results. It can definitely affect the results of a facelift. And there's other things that you might have to do now to deal with people who have an Ozempic face when you're doing surgery on these people. And so I would think about the long-term implications of that as well as just a motivating factor to get off it and let your lifestyle carry you for the rest of the way.
I keep seeing people talk about Ozempic face and how when people take Ozempic and they lose weight that they look really, really old. Newsflash, it's not Ozempic making people look old. I lost over 100 pounds. I had a weight loss surgery, VSG, and within that year, when I lost that weight, My face literally aged 5 years, and it was the biggest insecurity over loose skin that I did not expect to happen. When you lose fat in your face, your skin isn't always going to have the elasticity it had before, and it was holding fat, and now there's nothing there. These smile lines, look, I could pinpoint and be nitpicky all day about things that are different about my face, but the point is, it's not just Ozempic that will do that. Any weight loss, especially when you're going through face transformations, you're gonna see it. It became my number one insecurity, to the point where I was considering fillers and Botox and all the trendy things I've seen online, until you see the cost, until you see the upkeep maintenance requirements, until you see what happens if you don't upkeep and maintain it. And I feel like I would just be permanently ruining my face. So it's not just Ozempic. Don't let that freak you out if you have considered Ozempic or wanted to take it. But it comes with weight loss, and I wasn't warned. That was nothing I ever heard about before losing weight, and so I'm sharing that information with you. So if you are planning on losing weight, if you are losing weight, just really be kind to yourself and affirm yourself now, so that way after you look back and be like, dang, I looked so much younger before, that you have a positive self-view of what you look like now. So yeah.
Now we know how Ozempic really works, let's talk about some of the real life experience that these TikTokers had shared. Some people are calling it the miracle drug, but as with anything, there are two sides. While many are celebrating Ozempic's success in their weight loss journey, some are reporting side effects like nausea and gastrointestinal issues. And remember, it's not approved specifically for weight loss. Its primary use is for diabetes.
I was only on Ozempic for about 4 months when I ended up in the ICU, an intensive care unit, for 10 days. I nearly died.
Ashley suffered what's now emerging as a serious concern, a severe gastrointestinal reaction to the drug.
The doctors told me it was what they call a perfect storm. The side effects of the Ozempic gave me pancreatitis. The pancreatitis caused me to vomit uncontrollably. I actually remember one of the ER doctors telling me that he roped in every specialist that he could so that he could try to save my life.
Despite her near-death experience, Ozempic had been doing what it's become famous for. Ashley was losing the kilos. But when she stopped taking the drug and returned home from hospital, she quickly put weight back on. What she did next was confounding.
I'm quite ashamed of this. At one point, I actually went back on Ozempic because I hated how much weight I had regained, and my doctors gave it to me. They said, okay, well, we're gonna monitor you more closely this time. And after 2 months, I had pancreatitis again. It made me realize, like, okay, this medication is harmful.
So, turns out I'm having an Ozempic baby. I thought I was like, infertile, or what's the word? Like, where you can't have kids. Cause like, it took us, when we got together, it took us like maybe 4 years just to have our first child. And then, our son is now 6 years old and never had any contraception, nothing, never had babies. We just assumed we couldn't. Then I get on this new medicine, Ozempic, and I get pregnant. I don't expect to get pregnant. And so now I'm gonna be due in September, ironically September 20th, and that's like our anniversary date, like when we first started dating when we were like 18. So I'm like, it's like, I was like, it was meant to be, so I like decided to keep the pregnancy, like to go through with it. And then now I'm just like in my second trimester, and then I'm like thinking, like I'm thinking about like the labor and everything, and then I'm gonna be alone because my mom died. She's not gonna be here. Like I was in labor for like 48 hours with my son, and my mom stayed with me my whole night. And then I just realized I'm gonna be alone. Like, yeah, I'll have the dad and everything, but like I just realized I'm not gonna have my mom.
Like, I'm so bad right now.
Here is where things get interesting and a bit problematic. More and more people who aren't diabetic are getting their hands on Ozempic through offline label prescriptions from doctors or even online resources. The goal, of course, weight loss without necessarily having the medical need for it. And it's not just celebrities anymore. Everybody are jumping on this trend, but there's a downside. This sudden spike in demand has actually caused a shortage of Ozempic, making it difficult for people with diabetes to get their medication. So, can you imagine needing a drug to manage a serious health condition and you can't find it because others are using it who don't actually need it? Yeah, it is a very serious issue and it's causing a lot of frustration and concern in the diabetic community.
Ozempic ain't it. Let me say it again. Ozempic ain't it. Now, y'all, Ozempic ain't it. Before I took Ozempic, I was on Ozempic for, I want to say about 4 to 6 weeks, and I didn't have any bad side effects. I was losing weight, and then bam, pharmacies ran out. It was on back order. Now, it's on back order. You can't get it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I need it. And I just went on and forgot about it. I'm like, whatever, eventually it'll come off a back order. I'm going to go ahead and get bariatric surgery. Went in and did the consultation for bariatric surgery. It went good, but life happens. I started taking care of other family members. Excuse me, y'all. And myself got pushed to the side. So now I'm back and I'm like, okay, now I got Medicaid insurance. Let me go get my Ozempic. I went and got the Ozempic. I updated y'all yesterday. It was supposed to be my second shot number 2. Didn't do it. Once I took shot number 1, y'all, the side effects poured in. When I tell you these side effects was hitting me, boom, 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 it was crazy. Biggest side effect was the nausea. I can't do the nausea. Now, let me tell y'all, it's not that I can't take a little nausea. Right now, my body is in a reset mode. Y'all know about the past story of the anxiety after the year's birth control, fluctuating, trying to flow through that and all that good stuff. My body can't take it right now. My body needs a reset moment. My body needs some time to just be like, okay, you feel okay. Like, I used to, y'all, getting over these side effects, even having an upset stomach, diarrhea was triggering anxiety. Now I can have a little upset stomach, and I'm like, okay. I still experience some nausea with my HS outbreaks. But, baby, that nausea from the Ozempic set me down. It set me down. Like, I had to sit down and, like, breathe through it. It was too much. So I'm back to looking at bariatric options. I had a consultation today with Dr. Stephen Batash. I think his name is Stephen Batash. He did the surgery for Fat Boy SSE and a few other celebrities and a few other people. He does a suture sculpt, so he does it He does it endoscopically. With an endoscope, he goes down here and he sutures up your stomach like an accordion. The sutures don't break, rarely. That has ever happened, but they stay in your stomach for life. Now, he also has a balloon option where the balloon goes down, stays 6 to 8 months, and then he takes it out and you lose weight. The only thing I didn't like about the consultation I had, he also prescribes things like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro to aid you in your weight loss. So that was kind of weird to me. I don't know, but I'm looking into it. I'm waiting for the coordinator to give me a call back. Once she gives me a call back, she'll let me know pricing, whether my insurance is accepted, and all that good stuff. You know, basically like when you get if you ever had a consultation to get your body done, I have. That's coming too. But if you ever had a consultation, you know, you talk to the one of the doctors, you do your consultation, they look at you or whatever. They had me show them my neck, my body, and things like that. But once you do that, then you talk to the coordinator, and the coordinator's one who coordinates everything, tell you the price, collect your deposit and all that stuff, and handles all that stuff. So all you got to do is see the doctor when it's time for your surgery. Now, I did go to Jefferson and have a bariatric consultation before, but I was supposed to get an endoscopy and my insurance didn't cover it. So they had me do the whole visit, had me scheduled for the endoscopy, but it wasn't covered. Now, I do have an endoscopy coming up on February the 1st. I'm going to have to reschedule that because I can't make it this week at all. So I'm going to reschedule that because before I do get my bariatric, she wanted me to have an endoscopy because I had a history of acid reflux. So that is important. And I'm going to go ahead and get that endoscopy done. I'm going to reschedule for the end of this month or the beginning of March. I just need to give myself some time to get back to normal before I go for any procedures. But I'm definitely going to get the endoscopy done. I have a sleep study this week as well. Actually, my sleep study consultation is scheduled the same day as the endoscopy. I had to call and reschedule all of that. I didn't know February 1st of this week. It hit me like boom. But I got to go ahead and reschedule all of that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the bariatric option, whether it be the suture sculpt or the gastric sleeve. I know the side effects of acid reflux. I know how to handle that. Omeprazole has worked for me in the past, and I have weaned myself off of it. To God be the glory. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with that because I don't need to do anything with side effects. All this medication has side effects, and the side effects should be worse than the actual thing it's fixed. Like, let's say you have a disease and you're taking the medication for it. The side effects of the medication be worse than the disease, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick with bariatric surgery, and we're going to go ahead and go forward with that. We'll see if we're relaying that. And hopefully it goes well. The doctor that I was seeing at Jefferson, she's really, really good. She did my cousin's surgery, and I trust her opinion. So we're going to go see her again. We're going to reschedule our endoscopy, and I'm going to come back and let you guys know when we reschedule for and how we're moving forward. But Ozempic had to go. Bye.
5 reasons you might look sick from being on Ozempic. Number 1, Ozempic face. Spoiler alert, Ozempic face isn't a real thing. There's nothing in GLP-1 medications that cause your face to look a certain way. With any significant weight loss can come loose skin, including in the face area. So we've gotten older here, but I don't know. I'll take my Ozempic face over my moon face from before. Number 2, loose skin. With any significant weight loss can come loose skin. There's nothing in a GLP-1 medication that causes you to have more loose skin. And it's not about the rate. Number 3, Ozempic hair. Spoiler alert number 2, there's no such thing as Ozempic hair. Significant weight loss can cause hair thinning, but the cool thing is it grows back. Number 4, this is just our body types after losing a lot of weight here. And number 5, we all look a certain way because you want to believe we look a certain way. We look different now because we've lost a lot of weight. And because society is ran with Ozempic face, Ozempic butt, Ozempic hair, you believe it. But we're getting a lot healthier, and that's what really matters here.
Ozempic should not be allowed for weight loss. Mark my words. Put them in a time capsule and open it in 15 years. Ozempic has a remarkable weight loss, but what they didn't focus on is that when these people are losing weight, they are losing muscle mass at a way higher rate than they should. As you play this forward, especially in elder patients, when you lose that much muscle mass, you cannot gain it back without extreme measures. The chemistry behind how they're losing that weight is really a starvation weight loss. This is the kind of weight loss that will decrease their immune system, decrease their bone density, decrease their muscle mass, and decrease their longevity.
This is the video that you need to watch before you even think of going on Ozempic. The craziest thing that I feel like people don't realize is that Ozempic has actually been around the block for a while. But in more recent years, its off-label use has actually been weight loss. Yes, you best believe the company manufacturing this drug are making a killing. Just have a look at their stock price. If anything, I feel like Ozempic is becoming the vehicle in order for people to act out their eating disorders. Fundamentally, this is a medication. It's not a sweet, it's not a gummy. And I find it very interesting. Virgin verging on quite concerning actually when medications become mainstream, like it's some new lip gloss. What a lot of people don't realize is that Ozempic not only dissolves fat, but it also wastes away at muscles. That's why you get that classic Ozempic face and figure. And so if you're going to actually go on it, make sure that you're actually working out, so then you're compensating for that kind of muscle mass loss. And the way that Sally responds to it down the road is going to be quite different to how you might potentially respond to it. And it goes without saying, the potential risks, well, the risks that we currently know about, do not outweigh the risks that are associated with diabetes and being in that pre-diabetic state. Of course, by no means are people beholden to telling every single detail of their life, but I think particularly where you're maybe a bit more front-facing, I think there's a bit of a responsibility just to let the girlies know that you're taking Ozempic. The babes out there that are watching you are going to be comparing themselves. They're like, well, I went on a weight loss journey. I'm roughly the same size as her, and actually I'm a year later, I still haven't gotten down to the size that she is now. There must be something wrong with me. No, baby. Significant weight loss done in a healthy way takes a lot of time, okay? Where is the end point? Where is this leading to? Also, I don't know if you've been hearing, but a lot of the babes that have been on Ozempic are saying that they're getting pregnant, but particularly in the context of where they've been struggling for years to get pregnant. Potential mechanisms behind that is because estrogen is actually stored in the fat, and where you're getting that vast breakdown of fat, that then releases estrogen levels increase, and therefore making you more fertile. A really interesting seeming off-label benefit of this medication. Long story short, what I want to stress is that I'm not your doctor, I'm just simply giving opinions. And just because it's safe for insert celebrity name doesn't mean it's going to be safe for you.
Here's a quick breakdown of the pros and the cons of Ozempic for weight loss. Yes, you get a significant weight loss, appetite suppression, improved blood sugar levels, so this is great for persons who are pre-diabetic, side effects like nausea, headache, and it can be expensive, I've heard, if it's not covered by your insurance. So seeing celebrities use a medication like Ozempic for weight loss can send mixed signals, especially to young fans who look up to them. It is important to remember what works for one person might not be safe for another. It's best to just do what is for you. It's not a one-cut-fits-all. It's clear that Ozempic has made a huge impact on people's weight loss journeys, but remember, it's not a replacement for healthy eating and exercise. It's a tool that can be used under medical supervision, of course. So, is Ozempic the miracle drug that TikTok claims to be? Well, the results are impressive based on today's video, but as with anything, it's all about balance and understanding the risk. It might be a game changer for some, but make sure that you are informed if you're thinking about getting on Ozempic or any other GLP-1 medication. So, what do you think about this whole Ozempic craze? Do you think it is worth it? Is it just a hype or another dangerous drug trend? And remember, the best approach to weight loss is a healthy diet and exercise, and of course, consulting with your healthcare profession. With that being said, thank you so much for watching until the end of another video. If you enjoy content like these, please feel free to go ahead and click the up next video on your screen, and remember to give this video a big thumbs up for your girl. And of course, I'd love to hear your opinions about this whole Ozempic craze down in the comment section. As per usual, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Jody, and I aspire to inspire. Until next time, guys, walk good.